Hey, I've just pulled the car over because there's something I wanted to share. I guess I should probably give you a trigger warning over this. I am going to talk about abuse and sexual assault and violent assault, but not actually in any detail. I'm more going to talk to you about how it's made me feel. And I felt this burning urge to share this because it just suddenly felt so important. So maybe this is just therapy for me, who knows. But I wanted to let you know that throughout my life, and especially in my early life, I have been, I hesitate to say victim, but I have been the victim of abuse and of assault, sexual and physical assault, by men who frankly should know better. And this is not one or two isolated occasions. It was commonplace as a young woman. I'm not going to go through each incident. I don't want to re-traumatize anyone. But the perpetrators of this were people known to me, and some of them were strangers. Just to give you a couple of examples, I was assaulted when I was on my way to school by a stranger, sexually assaulted. I say on my way to school, I wasn't on my way to school, I was bunking off school. And the reason I didn't tell anyone is because I knew then they might know that I was bunking off school. So I kept that locked inside. I was quite seriously sexually assaulted by a GP when he was examining me. I must have been about 18, I suppose. It was when I first moved to London. And another one that comes to mind was I was on a tube, again in the 1980s, packed tube. I don't know if they're still like that in rush hour. But someone was clearly getting off next to me. And it was only when I got to work did I notice that he'd left his ejaculation on my coat. I just want you to understand what some women just have to go through. Not a bit of wolf whistling or not a, these are big things, and these are big things that I've lived with all my life. So the first time that I felt that I wanted to share this, what's happened to me, the bad shit that's happened to me, was about 8 years ago. And I was helped by a wonderful charity called GRASAC, which is the Gloucester Rape and Sexual Assault Service. And a very kind lady took me through some of the things that happened to me, and for the very first time made me feel safe and made me feel like I wasn't to blame. Because one thing that I had clearly been doing, I distracted myself from all the bad shit. I had been very good at moving on to the next thing and maintaining my excitement and joy for life. I had dismissed how I felt, and I thought that this was the best way of coping. But once I scratched below the surface, I felt dirty, I felt at fault, I felt like I must have been asking for it. I also felt like I must be bad, I must be a bad person. And this was something really from, being a teenager that I was made to feel like I was flawed, there was something wrong with me. And I thought maybe I'm just attracted to danger, or I just honestly felt like all the bad shit that's happened to me was my fault. And this lady made me feel, for the first time, it should never have happened to me. No one should have to go through all these things. That gave me real power. But then, a few years later, I think it was about 2023, I went to, I see the cars going by here. I went to the Violence Against Women and Girls Conference, which was run by Gloucestershire Police. And it was a big do with lots of people there, very emotional. There was a lot of people sharing some quite difficult stories. And I saw how when they spoke up, it gave them a kind of power. And I think that was when I first realised that speaking it, sharing it, helped others. And that was really the beginning of my complete transformation. So I moved away from, I would say, guilt, shame, feeling dirty, feeling like less of a human because these things happened, to realising that they'd happened to far too many women. But also, I think my main message of sharing things is, look, if I can get over it, if I can get strength from sharing and it can help other people, then bloody well you can as well. We can't let these things just sit and fester and eat away at our confidence and our self-esteem and our self-worth. We have to talk about them. It's a reality that these things happen. And I promise you, sharing with safe people will empower you. So that's why I've just stopped the car in a lay-by in a busy road to tell you that. Please share this video if you think my story is worth sharing.